Within the history of competitive CSGO, there are few players as well-rounded and consistent as Nikola Niko Kovač.
Plopsky, he's got that Molotov in hand. He's going to take down Rez though, Niko. So there's the grenade, and he runs through. Niko, he reads it. He knows what a next level play. He knew that he was going to be losing the round if he just stayed on the other side. The HE will almost kill him, but not quite, and he takes the round. An ace to win the second one on the board for G2. What a god.
He's one of the most explosive players to watch, and the hopes and dreams of thousands of Counter-Strike fans have rested on his shoulders for the better part of the last 5 years. Niko has been so close to greatness, but has never been able to cross the threshold. And he's also had somewhat of a tumultuous career.
I think all of a sudden you have a situation where nothing just seems to be going right for Niko, and I think now we're starting to see him kind of like buckle under all the pressure, having to be the star player, at points having to be the in-game leader.
Niko is just one of those high-profile esports stars that constantly has the spotlight on him. And there are very few things in his career that haven't been picked apart and analysed ad nauseam. But what if I told you in our most recent expedition, we've stumbled across a colossal iceberg. One that has revealed hidden knowledge about the many faces of Niko, like the side of him that gets unleashed when faced with adversity.
We can go one more shot. Pick up the up, you should go. Actually, what blinds me for f***'s sake?
Or the animal that lives inside him, chasing danger and partying hard. Let's just say, there's a lot of ground to cover here, from the well-known to the more bizarre, and honestly, I'm a little afraid of the things we might find.
Get the f*** out.
Alright, before we submerge ourselves in the Bosnian nightmare, let me just remind you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. That way, you'll always know if there's an iceberg heading your way.
Okay, so we're going to start off with something you might be familiar with, but things are going to get pretty weird pretty fast.
Like I said, this is a pretty big iceberg, so let's start off with the basics to prepare ourselves for the rest of our journey. Weapons expert. As I mentioned before, since 2017 and 2018, Niko has really established himself as by far one of the most well-rounded players in CSGO. It doesn't matter what weapon he's pointing at you, chances are you're gonna die.
In pit.
One push back left. Close gun. One more. Low train. Summit. Damn it. Oh my god, Niko, that is in.
Nice.
In fact, he's so good with the big green that he could probably replace a lot of primary AWPers on many tier 1 teams. But honestly, if you think about it, giving Niko an AWP is kind of a waste of money. I mean, why spend more when he can give you the same results with a rifle?
kennyS goes, that flash, how does he not get that kill? He has to secure that. It does do enough damage that Niko's easily able to pick it up, but Niko, what? Oh, this guy is absolutely insane, man.
A family business. Surprisingly, it's not that unusual for relatives to play at the same level in esports. It's also not even that uncommon for them to play on the same team, like twins Henny and Lucas, who almost won a major together with Immortals.
If he times this, he could easily take down the planter. He's got to be careful with his aim, and he's followed it up. Resets it and goes back for next. Goppy and Lagear so low on HP as well.
Absolute blunder there from Big, not watching their angles at all. You got 5 players alive. Why is no one watching the platform? And Eddie, he finds another kill as well. Takes 2! This is falling apart for Big. He's up to Goppy on 15 HP. The bomb has not been planted. Surely he can't do it. And it's Henny who steps up just when they need him. 3 kills in the round.
And in October of 2020, Niko joined in on that tradition when he signed with G2, where he finally got to team up with his cousin Hunter. Since then, the two Bosnian brothers-in-arms have quickly become the most feared duo in CSGO. And even though the pair fell painfully short of hoisting a major title together in Stockholm last year, throughout 2021, they provided us with some genuine shake and bake moments.
10 seconds left, and he gets the first headshot. There's still time to bail them out of trouble, but they need to go, and they need to go now. It's Hunter and Niko running in for the plant. They get it in the nick of time, and the last two CTs both have ops. Niko doing everything. He has unraveled this ball of yarn. As quickly as they conquered, they have disappeared. Henny scopes in, gives himself up, dropped to 16 health. He's gonna try and get on bomb. A ridiculous 2v4 by the Kovač.
Yeah, absolutely unreal.
Descent is on its way, and 3 versus 3, a powerful angle. Niko needs a fresh mag. Even trades as he brings the fight to them. Oh, and he's not found it. Hunter has to come up clutch. When one Kovač fails, the other fills the void. That's magnificent from Hunter.
Here's the peek out of apartments. Hunter spotted, dancing around. Niko not knowing about yet, and the kills come in for Niko and Hunter.
Retakes maybe hard, but they're not supposed to be that difficult.
What better way to create memories with your loved ones than clapping some proverbial cheeks with them?
That's disgusting.
Sorry, that came out wrong. Now that we're done with the basics, it's time to really dig into this iceberg. We've got a lot to cover here, both good and bad. Can the real Niko please stand up? Now, if you grew up in North America, chances are you went to school with a fair few Mikes and Sarahs. But apparently, if you become a CSGO pro, there's a high chance your in-game moniker might be Niko. The name is Slavic in origin and means victory of the people, but it's also been taken up by Scandinavian players like Niko on OG, Niko with a C, and the other Danish Niko who was on Dignitas. While Niko might not be the first CSGO player of his name, he's certainly become the most well-known and successful with it. Although we're not going to lie here, it definitely made researching this iceberg a little harder than usual.
Oh, baby.
The Deagle God. We already discussed how well educated Niko is when it comes to using boomsticks, but those skills don't touch the things he can pull off with the Deagle.
Dead pop, one more pop.
Off it.
And one pop. And coming pop.
Nice, Niko.
Nice. Pound for pound, Niko is the greatest Deagle player in the world. And if you don't believe me, here's some expert opinion.
Who do you think is the best Deagle player in the world?
I guess it's Niko.
Not a question. It has to be Niko, just because he has so many clips with it, and he's really consistent with the Deagle, and he can almost just win the round by himself with the Deagle.
Nikola Kovač, my teammate.
Best player in the world with Deagle has to be Niko. I mean, that guy consistently puts highlights out with that gun, so you know he's just a god.
I'd probably say Niko. He always has the D. He always has like the D highlights, most of them. He has most of the insane ones. So yeah, you have to go with Niko.
Still don't buy it? Well, just let the evidence speak for itself.
Mouse's buy is going to be torn away from them very, very quickly by Titan. Oh my god, Niko gets 3, 4! Oh my lungs, I don't believe it! This Deagle is on fire, and Shox is going to walk into it as well. Niko is on fire.
3 more CTs left, Dennis and Niko. Key men here because they've got big armor, and Niko's putting in more damage. Well, what is that? No! 4 kills! You can't do this! There's only one more person to find! Down to the 1 versus 1! Is he really gonna ace? Niko! There is a reason he's called the best player in the world!
Niko is so amazing with CSGO's iconic hand cannon that it made his now infamous miss with it at the PGL Stockholm Grand Final all the more shocking.
Times it to perfection. And Simple sitting. No! Disaster! An absolute disaster!
But hey, this is just a sobering reminder that everyone misses, including Niko. Although, when it comes to the Deagle, you might not want to bank on it.
Not with Stewie here.
Oh my god, Niko! That's not how the Deagle's meant to work!
The most tiltable pro. Tilting is a universal language.
Ich will ein Tournament spielen! Los!
No matter where you are in the world, how old you are, or what game you're playing, we all tilt at some point. What might be a comforting fact though is that even pros tilt, but very few pros, at least in CSGO, do so to the same degree as Niko.
What is he doing, man? What the f***?
What is this movement for hey, Yumpy? Oh, it's jumping around. Well, I'm going through this.
I'm surviving, guys.
This is set up. Are you kidding me that you do this? Rush long, rush B, rush long, rush B. Off.
He's molded publicly at a few points in his career, and if you know anything about it, it's not all that surprising. I mean, at this point, his rage is pretty justifiable.
And they start to move in. The AWP, the rifle. One tap from Niko, but he can't find the third. Skadoodle, who else to do it?
That was almost from Niko, one of the biggest plays in the tournament.
We just hope Niko still isn't taking it out on his teammates.
Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up. Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're starting to get to know the real Niko. Now, what else are we going to discover? Snooker fan. From time to time, it's nice to remind ourselves that esports stars are just like us. They all have their own lives and hobbies outside of the server. For example, Puppey, who along with being a Dota 2 god and a monitor smashing maniac, also happens to be a talented musician. But what I didn't expect was finding out that Niko was a hardcore snooker fan. Now, you might not know many people who watch professional snooker, but it turns out Niko loves it. And his favourite pro player is Neil Robertson, an Australian world champion and triple crown winner. It's definitely surprising that Niko would gravitate towards something so subdued and quiet, especially considering how much noise he makes on the server.
They're looking to burst again. Just one flashbang to go straight through that smoke, and here they go. They're spraying in the meantime. Niko! That is absolutely disgusting. There have to be laws against that.
The ROPS Prophet. Now, usually there are no better people to ask about players to watch out for than the pros themselves. And Niko demonstrated that back in 2016 when he boldly predicted ROPS to be in 2017's HLTV Top 20.
At the end of this year, there was a question like, who do you think can come up in the top 20 next year? And I said that should be a ROPS. So I think that we were already considering getting him in mouse sports when I was in a mouse lineup back then. I saw him playing in FPL and he was really playing good. Like at some point people were thinking that he was cheating. He was really good. I think he's really talented and he's proving it.
Even though that prediction might not have come to fruition in 2017, ROPS has made the list every year since, even leapfrogging Niko by one spot in 2019. If you think about it, it adds up that Niko was able to forecast the rise of ROPS. It makes perfect sense that a reliable, mechanically gifted killing machine will be able to identify those same traits in a young prospect. In the end, Niko didn't just predict ROPS' success, he also created a path for him as his successor after leaving Mouse in 2017.
So you've joined Mouse Sports not just as a new player, but trying to have to fill the shoes of Niko. How does that feel to have to play such a huge personality?
It does feel having some pressure on me. I mean, overall, I think the pressure on me is pretty big.
But I think it's safe to say that during ROPS' time with Mouse, he didn't let Niko down.
Here comes the hit.
Yeah, that smoke might actually help him with the ROPS, and a great call to the spray is in, and he gets all of the kills! No. Headshots in a row, unbelievable, and that's gonna be overtime. Look at Oscar just laughing.
The Niko effect. Alright, so if you're plugged into the CSGO community, you'll most likely be aware of the phenomenon known as the Niko effect. For those unfamiliar, it refers to how no matter where Niko goes, he eventually becomes the center of attention. And that's for better or for worse. Niko was, of course, the biggest talent on Mouse Sports, and when he left to FaZe, he was supposed to be their savior. But when they started having issues, questions and confusion around who should be their in-game leader emerged.
I don't think Niko should be the in-game leader for FaZe Clan. I think Niko is a great player. I think he's doing a decent job as an in-game leader. But if you want a team that is gonna be able to compete with the very best in the world, you need Niko to be unleashed. You need him to free him from all responsibilities within the game and just let Niko be Niko. Find someone who can lead this team, give Janko a little more time, and that's a better recipe for FaZe than what we're seeing right now.
Niko and FaZe's IGL crisis was solved by his eventual departure to G2, but it wasn't long before drama reared its ugly head yet again. 6 months after Niko's arrival, kennyS, the team's legendary, beloved AWPer, was benched, and a lot of fans pointed their finger towards the Bosnian star for putting him there. The truth is, there were a number of reasons why Kenny found himself riding the pine, but this is what happens when the Niko effect takes hold of people's judgment. Don't believe me? Just ask Kenny.
I didn't fit the system, because when you look at G2 right now, they look much more balanced. No, I don't blame Niko. It's not his fault. I know he didn't want things to happen this way.
Regardless of the speculation surrounding Niko and Kenny's relationship, it's pretty obvious that both guys have a lot of love and respect for one another.
Nice, Kenny. Show them your f***ing strength, man. You're so f***ing strong. Come, look at this bicep, guys. Look. Insane.
Here we are, the bottom of the iceberg. God knows what's down here. The AWP exists because of Niko. Believe it or not, there are many people in CSGO that think the AWP is busted as f***. It's commonly criticized for its overpowering presence in certain situations, and those who tote rifles over it typically claim moral superiority.
If you're aiming in the right place, you'll kill people, you know? Anyone can AWP, anybody can AWP, like it's really easy.
But what if I told you the AWP exists for one reason and one reason only? To nerf Niko.
I mean, imagine CS without the AWP, right? I feel like some players would be really bad, and some players would be like way better than they are. Like imagine FaZe Niko, the only thing that kills him is an AWP. That guy doesn't lose an aim duel, man, so...
We've already mentioned a few times how good Niko is, but here are some examples of how unrivaled he is when it comes to aim battles.
dennyS loves to play aggressive on aim.
Oh my god.
That's gonna cost him Niko. Nice shot. Don't pay attention. Oh my god, Niko. 3, make it 4, all headshots. Under shadow.
The spot B bomb line gets some information with his team for his team here, but Niko's going to shut down one player, 2, and then 3 with that deagle. What on earth has just happened there? Niko delivering massively for Mousesports.
The NIP approach. They've left Draken over towards mid. Look at the spray from Niko. 4-man full spray transfer. That is porno time if ever I've seen one.
Kerrigan dies in the last rounds. So too to see in this one. Oh, the auto sniper that gives Liquid their best chance, except that Niko's still in the back of the sight. And he's got accuracy. He's got
my god. Get off the server.
He does not even need full ammunition. Give him half. Give him 15 bullets.
Valve does need to do something to level the playing field, but then again, when have they done anything to benefit CSGO? Party animal. Now before we go into this next one, I want to make something very clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with letting loose every once in a while. Life is stressful, and that remains true for CSGO pros. They constantly find themselves on stage in front of thousands, competing for glory and ridiculous sums of money. So yes, CSGO pros party every once in a while, just some more than others. It's okay, Niko, questionable decisions are all part of growing up. Just ask your good friend Olaf what he was thinking when he agreed to be in this video.
Every grave digger dies. Every grave digger dies.
The Niko rap. There's a lot of good words you can use to describe Niko. He's cracked, he's nutty, he's a god. But there's one man who made a statement I don't believe anyone else has about the Slavic superstar.
Niko is dope. Niko is dope.
Yes, beloved YouTuber Nade King blessed us with a beautiful song giving his thoughts on one of CSGO's all-time greats. The song is a piece of history that includes poetic lines such as
CSGO Larry, he never plays badly, he sees ladies hold signs, hey Niko marry me. All the teams try to lock phase up, but Niko has carry key.
And of course,
wanna see AK, wanna see M4, even his pistol wins the race. Face like actor from film A, looks like hacker and in-game. I don't mind, but is he kind enough to get my profile signed?
Listen, there's a lot of video game inspired music out there, but you can't tell me after hearing this song that there's anything more concise, profound, and hard hitting than Niko is dope.
Yeah, you are so fucking good, man.
Alright guys, that was it. The Niko Iceberg in all of its glory. I think we all learned a lot here, maybe even some things we wish we hadn't. Alas, that's just the burden of being a deep sea explorer. I hope you guys enjoyed the trip, and let us know in the comments if there are any other areas of the Niko Iceberg you want us to explore. We didn't even get into Niko's FPL rivalry with JW and Woxic, or the conspiracy that he accidentally ruined coldzera's career. Oh well, there's always next time. There is always a next time. See you then. And honestly, I'm a little afraid of the things we might find. Is this meant to be like joking? Is Josh actually afraid of the things he might find? Because I don't want to be all like jokey and then he has some like horrific backstory. The car crash happened when he was 7 years old and I'm like, oh f***. What better way to create memories with your loved ones than clapping some proverbial cheeks with them? That sounds really f***ing wrong. His life is filled with, I love how lots of beer is an extreme activity. I do that every weekend. His life is filled with extreme activities, BMWs, lots of beer. Sam, I've got a giggles now over that. Lots of beer and... God, he's on the edge, man. He needs to be stopped.